for that introduction. Next up we have a very special guest, Dr. Michal Kravcik. I hope I pronounced that right, but you can correct me if I'm wrong and I got it wrong again. Who's from the People and Water NGO in Slovakia, and he's going to be talking about this new water paradigm, evapotranspiration and climate change. And he has a book that explores what he's going to talk about in his speech at the front desk for a bargain price of $5. It's called Water for the Recovery of the Climate, a New Water Paradigm. So definitely recommend to folks to pick it up. But we're very grateful to have Michal here today. He completed his studies at Waterworks Construction Water Management at the Slovak Technical University. He's the founder of the People and Water NGO, where he is still at, and a holder of the Goldman Environmental Prize, which is a prestigious and wonderful prize looking at community efforts for justice and sustainability internationally. So we're very glad to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I'm pleasure to be here. I'm first time in Australia, and thanks for Dwayne and the National Sequest Farming to invite it to me. And I will be trying some introduce about how we need to more thinking about water, like people and water, because we for our life, for our everything which is dependent on the globe is water. And around our conflict in Slovakia growing maybe some interesting knowledges which can be useful for Australian continent, for recovery of the climate and good stability of water. And this is my introduction about this, how to be maybe manage of new system of water, and this idea is knowledge growing to road new water paradigm, which is close to holistic approach and complexity about whole life on our blue planet. Okay, how is it working? This one? Middle? Oh, this one. Yeah. Yeah. We know in history and cover of a landscape with different regions around the globe was changed, and we know about this agricultural evolution and change and using of woods and trees and different places. And this is one citation from Christopher Columbus, which wrote in time schedule what is mean and how he understand about this trouble with change of rain and in daily which were flowing around to new continent in America. Okay. And please looking about these stocks of water in air. And we have a lot of fresh water, but dominantly of this fresh water is on the glaciers, and only part of this very short part of this water which is in river and soil and atmosphere. And look, every law and legislation and management system is still oriented only to river. But dominant of fresh water in the ecosystem is soil moisture, and another is atmosphere. And it's like integrity, because we know that water vapor to atmosphere create clouds and condensate and return to space, and starting to new life from ecosystem to streams and rivers and to sea again, and after that to return a part of this water in a big or large, long hydrologic cycle. And this is a couple of history, and from Slovakia you can look about these two different pictures. Its history is only 50 years, because we had different ideology in Central Europe, you know very well. And its landscapes before that was very nice and was very diverse, together with small fields plants like China rice fields. And this system was very good stability for fresh water and in ecosystem, which is recharged from raining and to slowly flow down to streams and river without trouble with floods. But last 50 years was totally change of landscape, and especially in agricultural land. We built a huge, massive cooperative farm with starting of erosion process and starting very fast runoff rain to streams and river. And for example, last year we had a huge, massive flooding in Central Europe. It's about 800 communities in Slovakia was in a dangerous situation for flooding, because it's together with extremality, which I will speak about why is this trouble about that. Yeah. Another trouble which is we built a technocratic solution in Slovakia is about river. We know very well around the globe was channelized of river. We are a very small country because we are only 50,000 square kilometers. You are a lot of thousands and thousands square kilometers, but important is about this system, how it's working. We have 44,000 kilometers of streams and rivers, but in the last 50 years was built channelizing of rivers more than 8,000 kilometers, which means it's water which are run off to stream is flowing very fast down, and to create another trouble around this extremality of hydrologic regime. Next one. With its new age after Velvet Revolution, because we are prolonged this processing about a technocratic solution, and with this concrete asphalted is our culture. And we know very well which the sealing of cover and stop to infiltrate rainfall to soil, and to concentrate and to increase balance of water in soil with moisture, and after that this water rain is against very fast flush to streams and river and create another trouble. And this culture is, this small picture is about every rainwater from atmosphere we push to sea. We know, and globally, because we are speaking about this forestation process, we know that globally is 120,000 square kilometers every year clear cutting of forests around the globe. But around this urbanization, we don't speak about 57,000 square kilometers annually growing of paving, asphalting and roofing, and to stop infiltration water to underground. Next one. This is picture from another side of Europe. It's a very nice historical city in the east side of Spain, Tarragona, maybe you know. And this is look, is this dry river, 60 meter wide, and it's a special look about this channel from urban zones. It's 2 meter high, and we splash of rainwater to river, which is dry in usually is about 8 months dry, and only in a heavy storm is water flowing here, and without fish, without life in this processing. Another trouble is about this extremely urbanization in different places in this mega city like Rio de Janeiro or New York, Jakarta and Sydney too, and every water which are falls from atmosphere, it is splashed to sea, and this water don't return because this water is from small or short hydrologic cycle. This is reality. And after this reality, we can look about this change of hydrological behavior of very slow, if we have only forest, also good condition of landscape, and this discharges is slowly increased and slowly decreased. But in urban zones, it's very fast, up and down after raining, which is about this like system of extremality, which is the same like extremality of weather in different regions about the world. And we need a little bit speak about this small or short hydrologic cycle, and look, we have big water cycle and long water cycle, which is water which are run off to sea and to vapor from sea level and to create clouds, and this clouds is pushed to frontal system to continent. But in different places in ecosystem, water is recharged to soil, and to increase water balance is underground water, and a big part from this water is vapor to atmosphere. And this water which are atmosphere, in all paradigms, we are speaking that lost. Water is lost, but this water is not lost, only change of dimension from water to air. And because this water which are vapor to atmosphere, and it's create clouds, and clouds is condensate, and water return again to our space. And this is a very, very key element about this processing, how to understanding, how to stop of desertification or dry up of landscape, because we can use water for not only for to production of food, but for like cooling effect, because it's water in nature, in ecosystem is created good thermoregulatory processing. It's whole balance about this budget of water, and we can look about this 100 years before, and it's evaporation from sea, and this is important about lands. And our inherited from history is we had green lands, and these green lands and increasing of runoff, starting to change of vapor water to atmosphere and precipitation. This is important for understand, because we forgot about water is renewable energy only in space which didn't was change of cover, and vegetation and system of good condition of ecosystem with biodiversity and grass and trees and so on. Yeah. And this picture is about this change of differences between what is mean if we are sealing of cover of space, and look about these differences with line. If we are pave of cover, this balance of water which are recharged to soil is rapidly decreasing, and radically increase of runoff from rainfall. And this is problem, because it's, for example, in like mega city, nice city, which is only 250,000 of people, inhabitants living in Košice, it's annually lost from channel system 15 million tons of water. And this 15 million tons of water, a lot of is one water reservoir, a big water reservoir, and it is paradoxically we are using, for example, drinking water from mountains, and from our space we are liquidate water. And after that, if we start with processing about, oh sorry, I need to return this one, sorry.